For more than 15 years of existence, the Asphalt games made so many childhoods around the world, and as a celebration of the franchise, I wanted to make my own Iceberg. I did a lot of research, read forgotten articles that hadn't been read in years, explored a little but passionate communities, and got inspired by users, content creators, and fans with years of knowledge behind their backs. And I finally did it. I created my own Iceberg. Now, it doesn't matter if you're an Asphalt veteran or a new player. Join me as we dive into the depths of Gameloft's fascinating history as we uncover the most interesting facts and the greatest secrets of the racing franchise that changed mobile games forever. This is the Asphalt Iceberg. This iceberg will be split into 3 parts, starting with some cool known stuff at the top and more obscure things in the depths. Let's begin. Asphalt 8 Infinity. Back in 2013, Gameloft uploaded a developer diary video where they showed the developers working in the game and talking about it. The first thing you can point out about this video is the title of the game. The early subtitle of Asphalt 8 was Infinity. The developers then showed the progress they're making on the game, and here we can see some really interesting details. A completely different menu design, as well as a different UI. The most interesting thing though is the gameplay. The physics look really different. You can see that they were still figuring out stuff like jumps and barrel rolls, as the car seems more unstable when it lands. By the way, here's a fun fact. Gameloft removed this video from their YouTube page a long time ago, and re-uploaded it with the final Asphalt 8 subtitle, Airborne. The Modern Combat 5 event. This was a crossover event made in Asphalt 8 to celebrate the release of Modern Combat 5 back in 2014. For context, the first missions in this game take place in Venice, and basically you kill all the bad guys on your way out. Well, Venice was available in Asphalt 8 as a playable track, but they added helicopters bombing the entirety of the city just for this event. The first truck in Asphalt. Many people think Asphalt Extreme was the first game in the franchise that introduced playable trucks. But what if I told you that the first Asphalt game to have a playable truck goes back all the way to 2005? I present to you the Collector. Making its debut in Asphalt Urban GT2, this huge garbage truck was a special vehicle made by Gameloft that could be unlocked by winning an elimination race. Pretty cool, huh? Here's another fun fact. This is not the only fictional car that was created by Gameloft. Keep watching. Fictional cars. As I stated earlier, Gameloft made several fictional vehicles of their own for almost every Asphalt game. Let's get through them. Asphalt Urban GT had the concept cars Dash Ibarra, the Hutch 70, the Pitbull, the Raptor, the Terror, the Gameloft 1000 SS, and the Gameloft F1. Asphalt Urban GT2 had the concept WK10, the T-Fin 609 Speedster, the Prototype 93 WTDD, the Texan Armored SUV, 3 fictional cup cars from Hong Kong, Paris, and New York, the Low-Riding Roadhog, the CHP Cruiser, the Nitro Sandbug, the returning Grand Prix Racer, and of course, the Collector. The very special Samsung car makes its appearance from Asphalt 4 through 5 and 6, even in the Java version. There's also a Nokia F1 in Asphalt 5. Asphalt Injection featured 2 strange cars from Lenovo, the Lenovo Asphalt Injection and the Lenovo Asphalt Ultimate. Asphalt 8 had the Twin Mill, the Bone Shaker, and the Rip Rod in the Hot Wheels update, as well as the Ramona and the Gangstar Vegas crossover. Asphalt Extreme introduced the Lynx DCC 2016J, the Lynx Raider, the Lynx Heavy Duty, the Lynx Mad Cat, and the Gharial. And finally, to finish the list, we have the Lego Technic McLaren Senna GTR and the Security Interceptor from Asphalt 9. April Fool's videos. This topic refers to the series of April Fool's videos Gameloft made across the years, like the reveal of Asphalt 9 Full Speed back in 2016, and the eye controls and cars with wings in Asphalt 9. Asphalt 9 Legends DX Arcade. As the name suggests, this is an arcade adaptation of Asphalt 9. It has less cars and less tracks than the original version, but it has some cool changes. The game has a slightly different HUD, with a gauge on the lower right of the screen and a position list accompanied by your live reaction. Looks like a really fun twist of the original game. Asphalt Nitro Java. The Java games. So primitive yet so full of charm. When Android and iOS powered devices started becoming more popular, the Java phone started being left behind. This was also the case with Gameloft switching to mainly developing games for Android and iOS devices. This sealed the fate for Asphalt games and Java phones, which meant Asphalt 6 was the last game Java users got. Until 2015. Asphalt Nitro got released, and for some reason, it got a Java version. It looks really similar to Asphalt 6, but hey, you can do barrel rolls. Playing this feels weird, and seeing modern hypercars as pixelated sprites, it's just cursed. Truly a strange but really interesting port. Asphalt Motorsports. This was the early title of Asphalt Extreme, back when it was being developed around 2015. First imagined as just an Asphalt 8 reskin, the vision of the game changed, and a small team from Gameloft Madrid started reworking the game under the supervision of Gameloft Barcelona to make it completely different. They reworked the physics engine and made the driving more realistic and distinct from each class. For once, Asphalt was no longer in the asphalt, it went off-road. The Motorsports subtitle was dropped and replaced with the name we all know today, Extreme. Thank you for watching until the end. This was the first part of the trilogy of Asphalt Iceberg videos. I am working on part 2 as I'm speaking, so stay tuned. Consider subscribing, liking the video, sharing it with someone you think might like it, and of course, share your thoughts in the comments. I will see you in part 2.